PWP Nation, where wrestling discussion lives.
Well, hello there. Dukes, Keith, and Griff here from the Anything But Credible podcast, a.k.a. the ABC Pod. Fellas?
Holla.
Oh, hello. We're here to let you know that you could be possibly missing out on the best podcast ever created, aside from the Offended podcast, of course, and you don't want to be missing that. Now, what makes us the best? Griff? Yeah, great. Keith? Exactly. Look, I'll keep it really simple for you. Crazy people, crazy news, crazy theories, crazy uncredible. That's right. We made that word up. Griff, Keith, say something crazy for me.
Russia wants you to believe in Finland. Real.
Nice. Look, you can find us just about anywhere that you get your podcasts, especially Apple Podcasts. Also, don't forget to hit us up on Facebook at ABC Pod. That's ABC POD. Twitter at _ABC Pod. And Instagram at ABC Podcast. Check in with us for a new episode every Monday and join the conspiracy to commit stupid. We will see you then, and shout out to the Offended Podcast.
Adios. Later, guys. Like you more than a friend.
To the last ever Game of Thrones review show by Offended, presented by PWP Nation. It's your boys and lady, Lord Tricky, Lord Stoutsy, and Lady Katie of House Naked.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
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 Oh boy.
We're all in such high spirits today.
I know, right?
We should be in good spirits because of the Blues, but I'm just a sour grapes about wrestling, a little sour about Thrones. I don't know what's up your guys' butts, but
the fucking song kept skipping. That's bullshit.
Gotta restart it.
Yeah, wait. Well, like, it's kind of fitting for, like, our last episode of Game of Thrones ever, and the song skips, because, like, the last episode is just kind of meh.
I thought I would feel one way or the other. I thought I'd be, like, really fucking excited. Be like, fuck yeah, we did it. Or, like...
Nothing really happened.
Or, like, really sad. Like, man, that's a sad story.
Nothing really happened. Like, it was just, like... It's the safest ending that you could possibly go with, I think.
Yeah, they should have dragged out, like, 2 more, like, hour episodes at least.
So, what I actually think they should have done, because I was okay with, if the main story stayed the same, if nothing major changed, I think they should have done 2 more seasons, like this season and 1 more. So this season was about defeating the Night King, and then the next season would be about defeating Cersei. Like, because it was all so rushed. If you want the story to stay the same characters die, whatever, but...
Yeah, that's actually I do like that idea. That's actually a really good idea.
Like, there was no... I don't know. It's like, wake up, and all of a sudden this is happening, and go to sleep, and all of a sudden this is happening. But it actually, months had been passing, but it doesn't feel like that.
Right.
So...
Yeah. I feel like there was just, like, little things that they could have capitalized on, they just didn't. Like, I feel like there wasn't as much importance on the fact that Arya could just, like, change faces and be anybody.
Right. Where was that?
Or, like, the importance of Jon Snow being, like, Aegon Targaryen was kind of just, like, just shoved out the door. Like, oh, yeah, that's there, but meh, doesn't really mean anything. And it's like, that means everything.
I know.
I don't know. I'm not, like, upset, don't hate it, but I don't know. I'm one of those people that's also like, how many fucking TV shows have we seen where it's like the final season just didn't, like, doesn't live up to the hype?
Friends.
I don't know. Yeah. It just kind of, like, is what it is. Like, I don't know.
See, like, I liked majority of the season. I just thought this episode was just kind of, like, boring. Like, and nothing happened. Like, you're expecting, like, something big to just happen, like somebody to fight somebody or, like, anything. I understand, like, the ending, but it's just like, what the hell? Like, you build up for 8 years to get to this point, and it was like...
over so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like they could have done a lot more this episode and, like, put the ending... Like, I feel like they took an hour and a half and just, like... It was like a slow telling of just, like, a happy ending, when they could have just done the happy ending in like, a 5-minute span, the last part of the episode.
Yeah.
It was just, like... I don't know. It was just like one extremely long, boring conclusion.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay. I mean, there was a couple exciting things, but I don't know. I was just expecting a little bit more. And then I also thought they threw in too much like weird, like humor spots where it was like.
I agree with that. I was like, all right. So
it was just kind of like, why do you have this awkward? I think there was the one part. I think it was Davos was like, well, I don't really know if I could get a vote, but and it was just like, was that supposed to be like? I think it was meant to be like a humor thing, and it's like, why are we trying to laugh right now? I don't know. It was weird.
And then the nipple sucker, the little kid.
Nipple sucker?
Yeah, a little breastfeeding 10-year-old. He was there, and it's like, where the fuck have you been the last 4 seasons?
Thank you.
Like, why are you such a focus right now?
I had to look up who, like, a couple of those people were. I was like, who? I was like, first off, I hated that guy because the way he looks. I was like, and then people on the internet are like, oh my god, did someone just glow up? Look how hot he is. It's like, the guy looks like a fucking, like a stale, soggy French fry. Like, get the fuck out of here.
He looks like a soggy Ross.
Yeah.
Soggy Ross.
I had to look it up, and I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, oh, that's the kid that, like, sucked on his mom's tit till he was fucking, like, 32. Oh, why is he here? Like...
He's Lord of the Vale, but you forget.
I thought he died. I thought someone just like ended up killing that kid. I don't know. He was annoying as shit.
He was in, I think the last episode he was in was like season 4, I think.
It was a long time ago.
He was traveling like through the woods and like they stopped him and like manipulated him. Oh, it was Littlefinger.
Yeah. Well, Littlefinger died in season 7, so he might have been in season 6.
Yeah.
But it was a while ago. So I just thought it was just... really rough. Like, okay, I'm hoping that George Martin gets kind of pissed that everybody's pissed about this season and actually finished writing the books, because the books are always better most of the time. So, and there's other characters in the books that aren't in the series still. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just like too visually fucked from watching it now, where it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm just going to remember that's what happened to end the show. That the books won't even matter to me. And I haven't even read any of the books. And I probably won't.
It's not like you have a lot of time or anything right now.
Oh, yeah. I just hate reading.
What was I going to say? Well, they totally left it wide open for a movie. Like, they totally left it wide open for everybody to come back if they want to do another season or a movie or whatever. Like...
Well, they already have in the works, the Children of the Forest.
It's a prequel, isn't it?
Yeah, they're already doing that. It's already being written by George Martin and someone else. It's already a lot of money into it.
Is it going to feature like any of the characters from Game of Thrones?
No, it's like 1,000 years before Game of Thrones started.
Stupid.
So it might feature like the Night King. And that's about it. The Three-Eyed Crow maybe or something.
Three-Eyed Raven.
Raven. Crows, ravens.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think they could have... I think if they would have done 2 more episodes this season and just, like... and not rushed a couple things, I think it would have been a better season. It was just... like... I really like the first... like, I don't, like, hate an episode fully. But it was just, like... in each episode, I felt like things were rushed, and it was like too much bouncing around. It's like, oh, okay, we're here now. I was like, oh, okay. I thought maybe there'd be a little more story to this, like there should be, but
yeah.
The only one I didn't think was rushed was the first one. I really liked the first one.
The second or third episode was the best when they were all like drinking and like having a good time.
Yeah, so the first and the second episode, the first and second episode, I was really happy with. And then the other ones felt a little rushed, but I was like, oh, I'll give them a chance.
Actually, I disagree. I think the first half of the season was really good, and then it just like got rushed, which I guess would be only 3 episodes. So I guess you're right.
Yeah, it got really rushed.
Like it was after the Battle of Winterfell, I think, is when the show kind of
just flew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I agree with Lady Katie's remarks, where it's like a good idea would have been to have like do maybe another season of like 5-ish episodes where you are now have to defeat Cersei, where you could have drug out some stories in this fight.
Well, because the Battle of Winterfell was long. It was long, and it was
awesome.
It was like Arya in the library was just nerve-wracking, and then it was like the battle at King's Landing was just kind of just over in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then like the repercussions of it were just kind of like really, really fast. It's like, oh, okay. Like, where the fuck was the white horse?
Yeah, where the fuck was the white horse? I thought that immediately. I'm like, that was a huge symbol. And then she comes walking up with no white horse. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so there's just no horse now? Okay, all right.
And there's no, like, behind the scenes with Daenerys, like, being fucking crazy except for Jon Snow and her. Like, literally, there was no, like, council meetings or anything for everybody to, like, kind of, like, conspire behind her back. It was just kind of all of a sudden, like, we kind of know she's crazy and we're gonna just offer.
Yeah, we're just gonna do this. It's just like, oh, okay.
I
don't know.
Jon do it, and then Jon gets punished. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's another thing that made me mad about the episode is where, I mean, do we want to like start from the beginning of the episode and go through it, or?
I mean, we kind of already did it. I mean, that's what's kind of like. That's what's kind of like. If you really like think like just from listening to this podcast, I feel like we're 12 minutes in. We kind of already talked about the entire fucking episode. Like nothing happened.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I don't know how much maybe it would have really mattered, but like after, okay, so obviously, you know, Jon Snow kills Dany, which shocked me, which, by the way, your fucking prediction was wrong. Arya's gonna kill her. I'm the smartest man in the world.
I called Jon becoming a wildling, though.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, shut up. God,
you gotta lose on something.
Shut up.
Nope.
As soon as, when he killed her, my first thought was like, oh my god, and then I was like, haha, that idiot's wrong. Yes.
But then my video got shared by the NHL today, so suck it.
That's 2 different things.
Yeah. Oh, I was in a commercial. It's not a commercial, it's just a post.
They're going to put it into a commercial, Jim.
Yeah, you don't know that. You didn't say that.
No, yeah, they did. They told me.
Not when you sent me.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, guys.
So...
Would you
anyway.
say... Wait, would you say to me earlier when I told you that the NHL was going to use my video?
What did I say to you?
Oh, joy, just another week of asking the world to suck you dry because the NHL wants your video. And then my response was, it's not my fault that Brock Lesnar's back.
Oh my god.
And I go, it's not my fault, it's not your fault.
And I go, you're not mad at me, you're mad at your dad. Sent that scene from Big Daddy. I know I ain't my father.
But anyway, so, you know, Jon Snow kills Dany, which
I'm sad for Jon Snow.
I liked but didn't like because he was just such a fucking pussy the whole time. Like,
he did the right thing.
Yeah, eventually, but like, you know, Tyrion, which by the way, I thought Tyrion was like all season was the best character.
He was.
In my opinion, like I thought he just was so good at playing his role, like what he had to like. He's probably the person I felt the most emotion for this whole season, and he was just incredible. But they were talking, and you know, Jon Snow's like, "What do you mean she's bad? What do you mean I have to do this? She didn't. She's still my queen." It's like, no, dude, she just burnt down. Like, he's a contradicting son of a bitch because he's like, she's my queen. I love her so much, blah blah. But he won't sleep with her again after he did once because they're related. It's like you're contradicting yourself, Jon. So you're just a big baby. You're sitting there crying. It's like, no, either kill her or fucking say that you're goddamn Aegon Targaryen.
Which still nobody knows.
Yeah, none of the Unsullied of them know, and I'm just like, why just say that?
Well, I
but
don't
anyway,
think that would have mattered to the Unsullied because they chose her. They don't care about blood.
That's true. But so anyway, he, obviously kills her, and the whole time I'm like, okay, does anybody know that he killed her? And then all of a sudden, Grey Worm, they're at the fucking Kumbaya fire camp, and he's like, yeah, and Jon Snow's our prisoner now. I'm like, oh, so you caught him? Like,
yeah, they couldn't show that,
Yeah, I thought either that or maybe Jon Snow gets away with it or something. But I was like, oh, we're not even gonna we're just supposed to assume that he was captured. People just get captured that easily now.
They probably told the truth. In all honesty,
yeah, like a little pussy back bitch.
I felt so bad for the fucking dragon. Ugh.
Yeah, Jon Snow doesn't care about animals.
That dragon was just crying. It just cried, and then it's all by
You're
itself.
Motherless. You're motherless. I'm Jon Snow. I hate animals.
Dude, there was a meme though that was it showed the dragon. It's pointy thing in mommy, and then it looks at the throne and goes, a lot of pointy things. It just burns it down.
I saw that one too. That was one of my faves. Yeah, pointy thing, mommy. Yeah, that was actually really sad. I was kind of and then people are upset that, I guess, because they try to make that the dragon understood that the throne was
Fuck yeah, the dragon understood.
Part of the wheel, so he's just like, rah, I'm gonna burn this thing and melt it.
Well, so, actually, when he did that last night, I looked at Katie and I was like, that dragon's just like, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this, fuck this. This throne's going away.
I teared up a little bit.
I did not ask for this, okay?
Yeah. I just want to fly around. My two brothers are dead. Now my mom's dead. I don't know who my father is.
Oh, it makes me so sad.
I was supposed to be friends with Puff the Magic Dragon. This is bullshit.
And I thought Jon was my friend. He's obviously not. He's a murderer, but I can't kill him because he kind of did the right things. My mom kind of lost her mind there, so I'm just going to go away.
There's a meme. It's also the dragon got rid of the throne because he knew Bran already had his own chair.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I felt really bad. It was really sad. Then he just scoops her up, and they fly away. Honestly, I was waiting for him to for some reason just drop her into the ocean, which I thought would have looked visually hysterical. He's just flying away, and you just see her body just falling fucking 1,000 feet.
He probably brought her back to Volantis, and is fucking gonna live his little life out there while she just deteriorates.
Rots.
Yeah, because that's his mom.
Yeah, well, no, we don't feel bad for her or for him, no.
I feel bad
that dragon killed a bunch of people.
I don't care about that. The dragon was a dragon.
Oh, see,
doing what he's gonna do.
We're flip-flopping this week on old Danny and the dragon, are we?
Well, Danny, whatever. I actually thought I would be more upset about her going crazy, but then I've thought about it. I'm like, when she locked her dragons in the temple, I kind of got really mad at her for that, and I don't think I've ever forgiven her for that. After one of them ate the goat or the kid,
yeah.
I'm like, you don't just lock dragons up, you bitch.
She was trying to save the city.
Well, she burned another city with her dragon.
Well, that's what happens. Women hold in their emotions and then they explode. Welcome to Offended.
Welcome to Offended.
Yeah, I don't know. It was. I rather would have had Arya. I rather would have had Arya kill her somehow, some way.
Oh, but I would have been right.
Which is fine. I mean, I was thinking the same thing. It was green eyes. Okay, obviously Dany has green eyes, so it just would have been. I don't know. I felt like they didn't do anything of importance with Arya. I mean, I get it. She had that high point of killing the Night King, but I feel like she should have just been that much more important to helping whoever get the throne. And it was just kind of
They left open her prophecy of the green eyes. I just now realized that. That's the loophole. Or not a loophole, what do they call that?
A cop-out?
No.
Oh, a...
plot hole? Yeah, plot hole.
Yeah.
There was
who else has green eyes she's going to go kill? Some random person on the outside of Westeros?
I don't know. There was one where it was a picture of Tyrion in the rubble with Cersei and Jaime all under the rocks. And it was like the title was like, so you're telling me if they just stood 5 feet to the left, they would have survived.
I saw that. Dying. Yeah, that part was really sad.
Yeah, that
was
sad.
I felt like I didn't really like. I'm glad Cersei and Jaime were dead, but I felt just like so bad for Tyrion
because he's the last. He's it.
Yeah, I think he just was like hoping to get killed or die that episode. Like I think he was just like, there's nothing good for me left in this world. Like I'm just making everything worse.
Yeah.
The best was when they named Bran like to the Iron Throne, basically, or whatever, the heir of the Seven Kingdoms, and he's like, "You will be my hand." And he's like, "What? No." I was dying at that.
Yeah, he's like, no, nope, not doing that. Been there, done that a few times. I don't think so. Yeah, that scene was kind of, I don't know. I feel like none of those people had that much importance in like season 7 or anything, or like going into the fight with the Night King, and then all of a sudden they're there to like, oh, who are we gonna pick as a king? And like that stupid the breastfeeding kid. Like, what does this kid matter? Why does he get to decide? He's stupid. I don't know. That scene was just kind of weird.
And then Sam was like, maybe we should let the people vote. And everybody's like, ha 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 ha. And
At first,
that was dumb.
I actually rolled my eyes when Sam said that. I'm like, oh my god, is this going to be like a fucking like learning lesson of an episode? Like, come on.
God, so did I. It's like, shut up, Sam. Shut up. Where'd you come from anyway?
Right. It would have been nice to know where everybody came from. If they would have spent 20 minutes getting everybody to get together.
And then Davos is like, I'm not sure if I have to say in it, but I. And it's like, but why don't you? Why does everybody else have to? I would think that Davos has a fucking say in it.
Yeah. And that part's supposed to be like humorous, and I was like, that was just a dumb part for like trying to have a funny. I guess they were really going for the happy ending thing, and it was like, I don't know. Like Katie just said, I would have liked to know where like some of these people started coming from. Like, oh, hey Bronn, nice to see you again.
For
I guess
2 seconds.
Yeah, I guess, you ran off and did whatever after you shot the arrow past Jaime in episode 5 or whatever, 4 or 5. Like, and you're all good now with Tyrion? Oh, okay. Like, there's just a lot of things they could have just elaborated on a little bit more that would have made me a little happier. I don't know.
Right.
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to signal you. I had to sneeze. I couldn't talk.
Didn't get that.
I kept like tapping on the shoulder. I'm like, go, say something.
I just imagine him doing like some stupid ass thing over there, and you're just like, the fuck's wrong with him?
That's exactly right. I just stare at him. The fuck?
What the fuck's wrong with this idiot?
There's a lot of things wrong.
Yeah, and you're fucking me, so what's wrong with you, stupid idiot?
There's a lot of things wrong.
Are we all depressed because the season was kind of ended up being meh, or just because it's over?
Meh.
Yeah, it's just kind of meh. Like, I'm not sad that it's over. I mean, I was ready for it to be over, I think, after the last season, so I'm like, alright, I just want to know what happens now. Like, there's only so much you can do, and they set everything up to where you could do like the best shit and then didn't do the best shit. So it's like, fuck, did WWE write this last season?
Yeah.
I like the first half. The second half, I just was underwhelmed.
Yeah, well, it was just like, even just going with like Arya, like killing the Night King, you would think that means like that's going to lead into her like having a pretty dominant role to end this show, like, or something. Like she ended up killing the one thing that everybody's fucking been afraid of for years, and then she just kind of like dies off. Sansa kind of had like she kind of just died. Like it was just like Jon and Daenerys, and then the most important thing about Jon, they just like kind of didn't do anything.
Yeah,
with.
It's like, okay, we're not going to talk about it anymore. It's like, what was the whole point of even bringing it up then?
Yeah, like when it got brought up, it was like, holy shit, that's a huge threat. And then I get having Jon be like, oh, I don't want it, like I'm going to keep it quiet kind of thing. But I guess they kind of tried to do it, but other people should have made it a bigger deal where it was more threatening. Like, it never fully felt threatening, and it was like, that's one of the most threatening fucking things I've heard since the fucking Night King. Like, oh, you mean he should just have the throne? Like,
and they made such a big deal about him being a bastard and not knowing who his parents were, and the whole time.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not like so upset because I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until this past February. Knocked all the seasons, so I'm not like years and years invested. I'm like 4 months invested, but I don't know.
I have a question.
Okay.
What happened to Arya's wolf? Because she comes back. Remember when Arya's traveling and the pack of wolves like corner her, and then it's her dog, and then it backs off. I was like, she's coming back, man. That dog's coming back.
Oh yeah, because Arya was like, I have to do this on my own, girl, and then the dire wolf, or no, isn't it something like that? Like she tells the dire wolf something. The dire wolf's like, okay, I'm just gonna go then. She's
like, Nymeria, is it you? And then Nymeria like goes from like wanting to eat and kill her to like just backs off and runs away.
Yeah, but then I think right after that, Arya says something about having to do something on her own or something weird, and then like the dire wolf like understands that it's like, you don't need me anymore, so I'm just gonna go. Yeah,
no,
but
that
like
was
you said,
in the beginning. That was in like the first season. I'm talking about season 5 or 6.
It was season 6. Yeah, that's what happened. Because the wolf's all grown up.
The wolf is wild, though.
It was the same scene.
Oh.
Because then the wolf walks away from her. Because it was after she kills it might have been season 7, where she like ends up, being the faceless whatever thing. I'm pretty sure it was after that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, what happened to her wolf? What happened to these badass wolves?
I know, and that was the main component.
So
many holes.
That's what she said.
It's just, it's just frustrating. They could have done, like I said, they would have done like 2-3 more episodes and just dragged on a couple things, explained things some more. I think it would have been a better season, but.
And then and then Steve's like, but they didn't have Logan in it!
They didn't have Logan in it! The fuck? Especially since I guess everybody waited like 2 years for the season to come out. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
That basically, like, that's the whole episode. We just talked about the entire episode. Like,
that was it. 28 minutes in, and we covered it all.
We don't have to preview another episode because guess what? It's over. It's fucking over.
It's done. I mean, I guess I could ask you guys, like, how do you feel that it's Bran that took over the throne?
Swerve alert! We're actually going to talk about the Blues now.
Oh my god! I think it's stupid. I don't like Bran being the king.
You just don't like Bran.
I don't like Bran.
Bran to me makes the most sense to be on the Iron Throne or Invisible Throne, wheelchair throne, whatever.
Yeah, I think it makes the most sense, but I think they just did like kind of a shoddy job at like teasing it, which I get. You want to keep it a secret, but like, I don't know. He just stood there and just stared at things and like, I am the 3-eyed raven. I don't want to do anything. Here's a tree.
And then Sans is like, we're going to be independent. Fuck you, Bran. I don't want to hang out with you anymore anyways. I'm sick and tired of pushing you around.
Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, my brother can't fuck. Like,
yeah.
What a bitch. Like, I love you, but you're just not going to be my king. Oh, okay.
And he accepted it.
Yeah, he's probably because he sees the future where she's going to be like, I need you to be my king because, meh, I'm a little prissy girl.
I just thought that line was like, why do you think I've been here the whole time? And it's like, fuck you, Bran.
Yeah. What do you think I came all this way then?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody knows, Bran, because you don't say anything. You just sit there and stare. Fuck.
You creep people out.
Maybe if you weren't staring at Jaime and Cersei getting it on, you wouldn't have got to push out that fucking window. We wouldn't be here right now. Idiot.
Stupid fuck.
Your brother told you to stay off the goddamn wall. What do? You climb the wall. Now you can't climb shit. Yeah, pushed off the wall.
Pushed off the wall.
Yeah. By that dirtbag.
Who died saving his queen.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could watch like the series over again though.
Well, yeah, I'll just stop at after episode 1 of season 8.
No, stop after the Battle of Winterfell. Then you're good.
That's episode 1 of season 8.
That is not the first episode, dipshit.
That's the third episode. Or no, it's the second episode.
Yeah, second episode.
Battle of Winterfell is the third or fourth episode.
Second,
guys.
It's the second one.
It is not, because the really nice episode is like right before that. That's not the same episode. What do you want to bet?
Yeah, you got your episodes all mixed up.
Me?
Yeah. The first episode is like Arya like watching Jon come back. And then the next episode is them...
Which was completely pointless.
Yeah, okay. And then the second episode was them like all drinking and having a good time and like...
No, that was the third episode.
Okay, so watch all the way to episode 4 then.
I think the second episode's the fight, right? Yeah.
Now you guys have me fucked
No, the
up.
second episode's not the fight. The third episode's the fight. Because then the next episode is the aftermath of that.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
dragon
right.
dies, and then the fifth episode is the fucking like huge like Daenerys turns heel episode, and then you had this episode.
That's right. Sure.
Jesus Christ, guys, do you remember what episodes it were?
No.
Wild season.
So watch all the way up until like episode 3. 3's the last episode that I thought was like really good. Then the rest was just like rushed.
Then we'll just tell you what happens at the end.
The last 3 episodes were just rushed. Like I enjoyed them. Like don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the episodes, but like they just felt rushed.
I am fine watching it all the way through until when Arya stabs the Night King, and then I would just call it a day. Be like, all right, cool. That's all I needed.
Right. Peace out.
Ta-ta for now.
Yeah, I just wish they would have spent more time in King's Landing in general. I wish they would have gotten Cersei's perspective on, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the council meetings and preparations for war and...
Yeah, I just don't know why they rushed so much.
Money? I don't know.
I don't get it either.
I don't know. No, I mean, there's no way. I'm sure it was pretty much like free range. Like, hey, you need to nail this last season, whatever, all the money, all the time, all the props you need. Like, you'd imagine so after it being the biggest fucking show the last, like, decade. So, I don't know. I maybe they got nervous. Which I could see, but I mean,
do I look nervous?
I don't know. It was just like, it's like it just seemed like it's like WWE where it's just like it's just so simple how to book this. Like even if you had 7 different options on where you could go with it, which like they did, there's still like an easy way to book all those options and make it good. But I don't know. I'm waiting for the Tormund spinoff. Which when the gates opened and Tormund was there, I just go, "Oh, Tormund!" I legit out loud was like, "Oh, Tormund, sweet!" Like because he's just the fucking man.
Are you gonna forgive Jon Snow now because he pet Ghost?
No, because if he would have never got sent back, he wouldn't have pet Ghost. Think about it. If he wouldn't have didn't think he was getting sent back. And then he got sent back, and he's like, "Oh, Ghost! Oh my God, how was day camp? I told you were just going to have a vacation for a little bit, a little fun with all your friends. You know, I'm Jon Snow. Oh my God! Luckily, dogs are so forgiving. I'm a horrible dog father." Because Tormund even looks mad. Like, I can't believe you left me with Ghost, man. I love him, but
he was a fucking nightmare. He humped everything.
God.
He humped the big woman.
And that was my big woman.
Yeah, and they didn't resolve that.
No, she wrote in the burn book.
Yeah, she wrote in the burn book. That was a good one.
Have you seen the memes for those?
I have. I forget what they say in Mean Girls. Was like
the one,
ugly scumbag.
It's Jamie is a fugly slut. You shouldn't trust her, like something like that. And then the one is all it says is hit it and quit it. Oh my god. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool that she wrote all that out for him because like he did do some good things and fought some battles, but I don't know. Everybody's such a cuck in this show. Like they get dicked down once or like get a taste of some vag once and it's like, oh my god, I'm in love.
Well, do you guys remember, and I don't know if this was in the books or in the series, but Joffrey was asking to look at the book or somehow it came up and it was like there was nothing written about Jaime in the book because the commander of the Night's Watch was responsible for, commander of the Golden Cloaks or whatever were responsible for writing all of the deeds that the knights did. And Jaime's literally was like Kingslayer. And it had nothing else because he wasn't really liked by the Golden Cloaks. So that's like the significance of Brienne writing all of those good things because he didn't have anything but like a couple sentences. So that's why I actually like that part.
Maybe he shouldn't have been such a twat for a while.
Well, he was a twat for a while, and then he was a twat at the end.
Huge twat. Yeah.
But I like that part. That part I liked.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I thought the kind of the end where it's like Tyrion, Bronn, Davos, and them like sitting at the table, like all of a sudden they're just like I don't know what the hell they're called, the little clergy people.
Oh, what are they called?
I don't know what the name for the collective group is. I can't think of it, but
I don't mean either.
I was just kind of like, it was kind of cool because it was like, oh, okay, like this obviously looks like it would work and be fun, but it just like all of a sudden out of nowhere, it was like, oh, so Samwell Tarly's now basically like almost like a Varys kind of.
Yeah, he's like the maester.
Yeah, and then it was like, shout out Podrick though. I think he became like a knight or something is what I saw because he was like all decked out. So what up? But
what up?
I don't know. I just thought that scene was kind of like it was cool, but it was just like weird. Like I said, all of a sudden it's like, oh, Bronn's there and they're happy. Like,
oh no, yeah, because his fucking deal fell through now because Cersei and Jaime died. So now he realized that Tyrion has all the power. So he's like, oh, I'm fine. I'm cool with everything now because I don't want to die.
See, I actually would have liked that to be the last scene if they would have had more episodes or another season. Because that's kind of how it's kind of like it's just what's going to happen naturally. There's going to be a new small council and it's going to be this, there's going to be a ruler with new policies and stuff. And so I feel like that's a very good realistic way to end, realistic way to end it because it's like they're going to have a small council. They're going to have meetings that are about finances and stupid things like that, and like I feel like I expected that, but I also expected a lot more explanation up until that point. So if they would have had taken a little bit more time and then they ended the last 5 minutes like that, I would have been like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking wheel basically that like keeps spinning. Like I said this a couple episodes ago, like the wheel just keeps spinning. It's just going to add another person to the throne. It's just going to keep spinning. Somebody's going to get mad about that, and there's your next story. Like,
well, it's a Game of Thrones, so it's a constant game.
Duh.
That's the whole fucking point.
It's not a throne anymore, though. It's a wheelchair. Game of wheelchair.
Oh, my God.
Just one, because only Bran has the only wheelchair in Westeros.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Nobody else is in a wheelchair after all these battles and everything. It's like either you die or you're just able to walk.
So, moral of the story of Game of Thrones, the real true story of Game of Thrones is this is how wheelchairs became into the world. This is how they came into the world. And it's actually a story about wheelchairs and how wheelchairs took over thrones for people who can't walk.
All right. Okay.
Up on a roof. All right. So before we do our 3 dragging eggs, what is your favorite episode from Game of Thrones of all time?
Ooh, of all time?
Since we've seen every episode now, so...
Yeah, you just sprung this on me.
I know. I just thought of it. So I'm just a fucking cheat like that.
Then you go first.
My favorite episode, I think, is from this season. It's when they're all having fun. Like, I think that's my all-time favorite episode of Game of Thrones. It was just it was so fucking well done. Like, I think it's my favorite episode. It's the second episode of this season.
Yeah, that is a good episode.
So, one of my favorite episodes, especially one of the favorite parts of the episode, is when Daenerys brings, like, those catapults to one of the slave cities. I think it's Marine, maybe. And she had already freed slaves, so she already had like Missandei and stuff with her, and all the Unsullied. And literally, they just catapulted the slave collars, and they were in the barrels, and they hit the walls, and the music with that. I think that's my all-time favorite scene ever. It's like, whoom, and then like the catapults start going. And she basically is like, we are not here to kill you. We're here to kill your masters. Like, step up, you fucking slaves.
That's why I don't like her, because then she fast forward to season 8. She's like, I'm a psychopath. I'm on my period.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I think that's my all-time favorite episode. I think that's my all-time favorite episode.
It's going to ignore me.
I'd have to say, oh, man. I can't remember the exact episode, but it's when Arya just, like, legitimately just starts becoming like a badass. I don't know if it's when she like starts putting the faces on, or if it's like before that when she just starts killing people. Fuck.
Fun fact, the first episode I ever watched was The Red Wedding.
And I can't believe you continued to watch the show.
I went back, it was like Star Wars. I knew it happened. You go back and see how you got there, and then you continue the story after that.
The biggest pop, though, I probably had in this whole season was when King Joffrey finally died. Like, I paused and I ran around my bed. Like, I had never been happier to see a kid die in my life than when that kid got poisoned. It was just like, oh, I'm bleeding out of my eyes. Mommy, I love you. Like, no, you're getting what you deserve. Oh my God, I was so amped up for that. Well, I'm still happy that he's, like, I could watch that over and over. Like, I could rewind 10 seconds and just watch him.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up, Jim, though. Just a little.
He was the worst.
Lord Stoutsy, that's a little.
Fucking cunt.
Get over it.
All right, so should we do our 3 dragon eggs?
Yes. Yeah, you have to go first now since I went first.
I don't like dragon eggs in this one, though. Because there weren't any fucking dragon eggs.
Just do, like, overall for the whole series.
Okay. The whole series, entire series. Still have to say I like Khaleesi. Or the idea of Khaleesi. That's 1 dragon egg. 2 dragon eggs. Fucking love dragons, so... Thanks, Game of Thrones, for making my dragon obsession a little less nerdy to the general public. Because everybody now thinks dragons are cool.
Dragons have always been cool. Fuck the general public. Fucking Liu Kang turned into a fucking dragon in Mortal Kombat. That was the shit, alright?
I'm just saying, people... When you tell people you like dragons, they're like, wow, you're a fucking weirdo.
Fuck those people. I tell people I like wrestling, like, wow, you're a weirdo. And I'm like, you know it's fake, right? And then I'm like, did you just cry at Game of Thrones, you stupid idiot? Like, fuck.
And 3... I don't know, the whole entire story was great, except for the last 2 or 3 episodes. So good job, Game of Thrones, for putting on a fantastic show overall.
Putting on 97% of it.
97% of it. Because there was a lot of good fucking moments that I still, like, appreciate.
Yeah.
So there's my
definitely.
3 dragon eggs.
I guess I'll go next. My first dragon egg is... I'm just really glad that I started watching the show. And, like, I finally decided to, like...
You said you were going to do it. I didn't think you were going to, like... I didn't think you were going to catch up in time. You totally did.
Oh, well, I mean, for, like, 1 month, I was legitimately, like, dying in bed. So I just... It didn't stop playing on my TV, so I didn't have a choice. Knocked out, like, 5 seasons in, like, 2 weeks.
Watch Barry now.
And it took like a month and a half break until this like Saturday before it, and I was like, I got 2 seasons to watch.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I don't know. I never really made fun of people for Game of Thrones. Legitimately, I would be like, "Oh yeah, dude, cool show about dragons," just to be a dick. But I didn't care if they watched. So I'm glad I started watching it because it's a really good show, kind of like Katie said. My number 2 is just shout out Tyrion Lannister, the whole series. I mean, like I said earlier, I think he was just the most consistently intriguing character. The ups and downs and everything of him were just I feel like there was no low spots where it was oh, what the hell are they doing with Tyrion? It was just always a guessing game with him. So he's the man. Shout out Peter Dinklage. And my number 3 Dragon Egg, probably my favorite moment. The biggest kill, the knife drop by Arya Stark on the Night King was just so bad ass. I know I said I did victory laps when King Joffrey died, but when this happened, you would have thought that I was healed and not sick anymore, and I could have ran a marathon. I was that jazzed up about it. I was like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. So, yeah, that's my 3 Dragon Eggs. Oh, I love Khaleesi. P.S. Still.
All right, well, my number 1, I'm happy that Brock Lesnar is Mr. Money in the Bank. Number 2...
Fuck you. I quit.
I quit. Number 1, shout out to the writers of Game of Thrones. I mean, they put together one of the most intricate, stories of all time, and the way they tied a bunch of shit in together from, season 1 all the way to the last episode, there was, little tiny shit they tie in, and I was just so intricate and so well done. So props to them, and they get to do the next 3 Star Wars movies, so I'm stoked about that.
Can I pause you for a second?
What?
That something that ties from season 1 to season...
What? What is it?
The last season. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. All the fucking Starks who stuck together, they're all fucking alive, and they're in charge now. Mm-hmm. That's what they've been saying since the very first season. That was Ned Stark's, anthem. You kids gotta stay together. Just, food for thought.
That's exactly what Ned used to say.
See you later, new Ned. Gotta get 1 Korg impression per episode.
Alright, continue with your Dragon Eggs. I just thought that was cool.
I'm gonna rule the world. That's exactly what Joffrey used to say. See you later, new Joffrey. Yeah, that's Korg talking to Cersei, or Daenerys, or Cersei, whatever one. Because it all works. Number 2,
I don't want the throne. That's exactly what John used to say. Bye, new John.
It works for every. I love how we just use this for everything now.
It's perfect.
I can beat Brock Lesnar. That's exactly what Roman used to say. See you later, new Roman.
See you later, new Roman.
That's
never
fucking
gets
great.
old.
That's great. No, it doesn't. Number 2, shit.
Shite.
Number 2, fuck Bran. I actually think Sansa should be Queen of the Iron Throne.
Sound like an angry dog over there.
Because Jon doesn't want it. Fuck Bran. Bran didn't do anything except roll his eyes in the back of his head. I guess Sansa didn't really do shit either.
Does Bran think he is the Undertaker?
Just give Tormund should have been the king of the Iron Throne.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Would have been awesome.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, double fuck it. Ghost. Just give Ghost the throne.
You know what? Double fuck it. Fucking the Hound.
Yeah. Fucking cunts.
For the hype. Click on board!
That's the best. That is one of my favorite memes I think of all time. The hype. For the hype.
Click on board!
And
oh god.
Number 3, just a big thank you. Just a big thank you to Game of Thrones for fucking so long been entertained. You know?
Yeah.
just what a great show. And thank you to you two guys, because this is our last Game of Thrones review show, even though we're going to act like we don't have other shows that we do together. But thank you guys. It's just been such a fun ride these last few weeks. And I'm so happy it's fucking over.
So does anyone else do any more podcasts? I'm off the hook.
Yeah, we don't want you on anyways.
Okay. Maybe Katie House of Naked is out. Oh, stop it. So disgusting.
I'm the people of King's Landing.
I'm the dragon.
Ah.
That's what the dragon just made that noise. I was just blowing the fire.
It's absolutely disgusting.
I'm going to miss making fun of this show, though.
Oh, it'll still happen.
And all the memes. Ugh.
The memes will live on forever.
Yeah.
Were there this many memes in, like, the last seasons? Or is it...
No.
I guess memes weren't, like, that hot of a topic 2 years ago.
I mean, they were. There was some memes, but nothing like this year is just like, holy shit. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about wraps it up here for the Game of Thrones review show for the last time.
I'm kind of sad.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm more sad now than I was yesterday.
I don't blame
Are you really, though?
Yeah.
Just come on offended more. Oh, but I can't do songs of the week.
I hate songs of the week.
I can't pick songs. I listen to music, but I can't pick songs.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
That's pretty much
My boyfriend
true.
doesn't make me a playlist, and when you put all the playlists together, they don't have over 1,000 songs on it, but I can't pick 5 of them.
That's true.
I imagine you're just like driving around all day, just like, I really hope Todd doesn't text me to be on the pod because I just can't pick out songs today. Oh my god, this is going to be the worst thing ever.
It blows my mind. It blows my fucking mind. It blows my mind. Like, I'm dumbfounded by, like, you're like...
It causes me extreme anxiety.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Extreme anxiety.
Yeah, there's like a billion other things that would give me anxiety other than like someone being like, oh, hey, pick some songs.
Right. No, I can't. It brings back so many bad memories. I was at the bar, and I was picking songs on a touchscreen screen, and I shit my pants.
It's happened.
Katie, I put money in the touch tunes. Pick a song out.
That's literally actually one of my worst nightmares.
And then Todd's just at the bar, like, where the fuck is she? And you're just over there, like, in the corner by the touch tunes, like, rocking back and forth, like. There was so many. The 1975.
Her head starts twirling around like fucking Doctor Strange in like Infinity War.
Pretty much. It's a weird thing. I don't know.
You're the absolute best worst.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or like just come beat you up later.
It was meant to be a compliment, but I'm not good with words, so
Words.
Hordes. So yeah, so I guess this is the end of our watch.
Our watch is ended.
Kind of sad.
Disgusting.
Kind of not. I just wish I would have been more sad yesterday.
I know, me too. Or happy.
Yeah.
I would have taken either one.
Yeah, I kind of like it ended, and then I just kind of like said, "Oh, okay," and
Yeah, it was just like, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
yeah, I wasn't like sitting there like, God damn, like, wow, that's crazy. Or like, oh, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I was just kind of like,
You know what 2 finales
okay.
were better? Barry and Saturday Night Live's season finale was way better.
yeah, other than that stupid ass DJ Khaled.
Dude, the fucking skit with Paul Rudd at the end, when they're like fucking in Paul Rudd's dressing room, and he walks in, he's like, what the fuck is going on? He goes, you guys fuck over here too?
It smells over here. It's like a movie theater.
Yeah, oh my god, my feet sticking to the floor. I was dying at that skit.
God. Paul Rudd's the man. DJ Khaled, not so much.
No, yeah, that was horrible. They were all lip singing, like noticeably lip singing. Like,
yeah, another one. This one's for my son, Masa. Oh my god, I was ready. I was so mad. I was tweeting on Twitter about it.
I know.
So who do you hate more, DJ Khaled or
Brock Lesnar
Flo Rida?
or Brock
DJ
Lesnar.
Khaled.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, easily.
Interesting.
Easily. Flo Rida,
You hate him as well.
I don't hate him. I hate that he's used a billion times on wrestling. But I mean, Flo Rida at least is what he is, and I don't know how to explain it. But DJ Khaled's just it's oh yeah, this song's by DJ Khaled. It's no, it's not. And then he just says stupid stuff oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess he's good. He makes money and stuff, but he's just then he bounces around the stage like an idiot. And
He's a big guy, isn't he?
yeah, he's been working out.
To his
did
credit,
you know-
Dr. Dre does the same thing.
Did you know that he doesn't believe in going down on girls? He expects blowjobs, but won't return the favor.
Probably because he's so fat that he his head sits up real high, so he can't bend his head down to.
He said
to
it's
get
not
down
his
there.
job, that he doesn't believe in,
Imagine a turtle flipped on its back, but its head was also flipped to where it was looking normal, but the turtle can't get its head down all the way. That's DJ Khaled.
I believe that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I don't know. Maybe we'll talk some SNL this week on our regular Offended Pod episode, and I don't know. You can hear me bitch about DJ Khaled some more.
Well, I just love how the episode of Game of Thrones was just so blah that we're filling time right now to get to an hour.
Yeah, with some SNL talk and Paul Rudd and how much I hate DJ Khaled. Just how I'm just an angry old man the last couple of days. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks Game of Thrones for being
disappointing.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Katie. And Katie's also the new champion right now of Offended.
Ooh, yeah, we can talk about this.
Well, anyway, you can follow Offended on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Periscope at Offended Pod. Make sure to go follow PWP Nation at PWP Nation on all social media platforms as well. You can go buy our t-shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com and search Offended. You're so mad I'm not letting you talk. Oh, man, I love it. Make sure to go listen to Offended and Hockey Talks. This week is probably our last Hockey Talks episode because all the Stanley Cup talk will be on regular show Offended. So we're ending 2 shows this week. Wow.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.P. Hopefully our last Hockey Talks will be a little celebration, but one more
Yes.
One more fucking win. Find out tomorrow. But where was I going with this?
You can follow me on Twitter at
No, wait.
KT
No, we're not there yet.
KT.
We're not there yet.
Fuck away from me. I'm the fucking winner.
We're not there yet.
All right,
Make sure to go listen to Offended and Hockey Talks on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts by searching Offended. Subscribe, follow, give us that 5-star rating. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Trick1042. And if you see an NHL video with Trick1042 on it, yep, that is me. Thank you to the NHL for sharing my video. But we'll talk about that on Hockey Talks. Hey, Katie, you're going to wait one more turn. Hey, Jim, where can we follow you at?
The internet. Jimmy James 9417 on Instagram and Twitter, and James V Stout on Snapchat.
All right, and that about wraps it up for us.
You're such a fucking dick.
Wow,
You're a cunt.
You're a cunt.
Wow.
There
You're a
you
cunt.
go. Just trying to get you pissed off so where you can finally just go off.
You're gonna be up on the roof tonight, Todd. I believe so.
Yeah, he will be.
Let me tell you now.
You can follow me on Twitter Twatter at KT_KT_Naked Lady. Also, I'm the champion of the wrestling little pool that we got going on. So
That's called the Offended Predictions, Katie, you stupid shithead. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
just king
Yeah.
of stupid shitheads, apparently.
Not CTV, folks. Tell you that much.
CTV.
You being the champion?
It's legit this time. I didn't even win by default. You guys just fucking suck.
She kind of fucking killed us.
That's
this
so
time.
true. We got our asses kicked. It's kind of embarrassing.
Like, she almost had a perfect score going for a while.
I should have picked Brock Lesnar.
I started watching it like when it started, and I was like looking at the matches and like the answers, and I was like, of course she picks like the fucking opposites, and I'm like, this bitch is gonna win.
No, I didn't even do it on purpose.
She actually didn't.
Tricky doesn't tell me who you guys pick unless it's like, I don't even know who the fuck these people are. Then he's like, you should pick this person because we both did.
Yeah. That's what made me mad. Is I was like, I know you were just like, I don't know. I could see Shade. Obviously, Shade's gonna win.
Well,
like what?
Well,
it's your head out of the gutter.
Well,
and I know this is a Game of Thrones podcast, but of all the matches that they pick for the Cruiserweight Championship match to put on the fucking main card, that's the one they actually put on the main fucking card? Are you fucking serious?
Dead serious.
What the fuck?
Oh, are you mad about the Cruiserweight division being on there now, Todd?
No, I'm just like,
it. I thought it was a good match.
It was a decent match, but it was just like,
I'm glad it was on.
But I'm just like, of all the times that you had like Mustafa Ali or Buddy Murphy or Cedric Alexander, you don't put them on? Come on.
I mean, we did say in our last wrestling, or on the last pod, that we were like, on our prediction, it was like, man, just put the Cruiserweight on there. So I think they're listening to us.
Yeah, they probably are. But they're just being dicks, be like, oh, you want the Cruiserweights? We're going to put Arya Daivari in a match, and we're gonna make you watch it now on the main show.
Fucking cunts.
But Daniel Bryan's going to be on the fucking pre-show.
And that was the Game of Thrones podcast.
Yowie, wowie.
No. Yeah, that was it. So,
by the way, shout out to the fans that were chanting Yowie Wowie last night instead of holy shit, because that was cracking me up.
Yeah, there's like 4 matches I still have to watch, which I don't even know if I will, because I saw a spoiler for the end and was just like,
dude, that match is fucking awesome, dude. You're not going to like the end, but that match is fucking awesome. Like, it might be one of the best matches of the year so far. That match is fucking brutal.
Well, it's tainted now.
Well, anyway, thank you guys for listening to our Game of Thrones review show with our little WWE on the side. But, Jesus Christ, I'm losing it. But, thank you, Game of Thrones, for 8 fun years. Thank you, people, for listening to us for 8 weeks, or 6 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever, how long we do this fucking mini-series. But listen to us on Offended. We'll be back this week with Hockey Talks and a regular Offended show for Lord Stoutsy House of Misery, or Poop Pit, whatever it was.
Misery.
For Lady Katie House of Naked. I'm Lord Tricky House of Cockpit. This has been the Offended Game of Thrones. No, fuck that. This has been 2 Lords and a Lady by Offended by PWP Nation. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on Offended.
7 blessings, you fucking marks.
Bye, you fucking cunts.
Love you, Jamie Lannister, Man Rocket.